Greetings and salutations. I'm Keb.
And I'm Peri.
And this will probably be the final episode of our Randemonium game, and we might probably might start another one after this. Same procedure. Hopefully with less editing.
In the grand scheme of things, there's only basically two points that got away from us, but I don't know. I think it's gone rather well. Hold on, pause.
Yeah, please do.
We can talk and
threaten. That's what I'm doing. Threatening and threatening and threatening. And darn it. Yeah, we also had a brief reload now, and of course that means I'm gonna get a second round of unlawful territory. Lauenburg is mine, Prussia. If you want it, come get it. Right, threaten war. Who can I not threaten right now? I like threatening my neighbors.
Once you figure out how to work it, it's a great system.
Let's see. Can do anything? No. Mecklenburg, Scandinavia, can't do anything with. Columbia, no. Yo. Yeah, I think I'm working on the ones I can threaten easily. I won't be able to fully convert my stuff though. That's sad.
Well, I haven't been able to fully build up my provinces, so I know the sympathy. I know the pain.
Build? Well, what do you mean? Are you trying to develop?
Most of my provinces, there's significant room for buildings to still go up because I've just never had the money to put them up.
Yeah, but that's pretty common. I mean, that's the same thing here, but then even with my slightly higher income.
Slightly.
But I've been kind of, once you get enough money, you kind of forget to invest.
Well, there's always other things that need the money.
Yeah, but I have had quite a bit of money in the last 50 years or so.
Yeah.
So, for instance, accounting houses and manufactories in rich provinces, I should have started that a long time ago. But oh well.
I haven't built a manufacturer yet.
I could have done so, but I've been focusing on the other stuff.
I've been waging wars. I've been a little busy.
Have you now? I did not notice.
I don't know. I think for me not being a very competent Moscow player, I've done well by Moscow. This is a pretty good Russia.
Yeah, I should say so. Better than history.
Mm-hmm. Well, adding the Swedes and the Norwegians and the Finns and the Manchurians helped quite a bit.
North Korea. And
we can skip them.
And all the way down to the Persian Gulf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, build a train line through there. And hi, India. How you doing? Let's see.
So let's see. Yes, I need those items. So Norway, how about you give me your provinces? We need to wait for the truce. And there goes Genoa. Hey, Ferrara actually survived.
It's a neat trick.
And I'm getting... let's pay for the idea.
I really actually wish we had more time. I could probably beat up on Ming quite nicely now. Because I've caught up on land tech. And I have twice the army.
Darn it. My coalition decided to show up again. Prussia decided they didn't like me. Go figure.
Was it something you said?
Yeah, it could be because I'm threatening war everywhere. And unfortunately that means that I can no longer threaten war because... darn it. Now they can't leave. It'll take several years for them to actually be able to leave, so... So much for my threatening. Boo.
Oh, I hadn't realized it actually maxed diplomacy tech. It's been so long since I've done that.
Happens to the best of us.
So what's the story I'm supposed to use of why it doesn't happen to me very often?
Let's see, that's one claim fabricated. Can bring you home.
It won't get finished in the time frame of this game, but I like the idea that I just paid for the cultural conversion of Beijing.
So even though the targets aren't in the coalition, just because there is a coalition means that they are unwilling to succumb to threats. Boo. Oh well.
Could be worse.
Can always be worse. So let's see. I have a truce with Kilwa. No? Well, never mind then. Can I? I can threaten, but they won't actually succumb. That's sad. There we go, thank you for the contribution. So let's see, other neighbors. Congo.
Prussia just started an imperialist war against Hungary. That should be fun.
So let's see, the Californian Castilian Nationalist War. So Castile is at war with Catalonia. Yeah, Catalonia is killing them, basically.
I don't think Spain has had or Castile has had a functioning army in a very long time.
You don't say.
Well, I just did. You always say you don't say after I just say. And Ottomans just crushed the poor Egyptians.
It took them quite a long time to do so. I mean, they basically guaranteed them the whole game. And
Well, the
suddenly...
Turks. Yeah, the Turks were almost wiped out at the beginning of the game. They've had a long time building back from that.
minus 30 for threatening war. Boo. Someone else. There must be someone I can threaten. Let's see. I always forget. Does it end in January 1st, 1821 or 1820?
21.
I'm just trying to figure out just when it's time to stop building buildings. And threatening people. Sadly, they are just resistant now.
Yeah. But remember, resistance is futile.
It works here. And let's see. Coalition map mode, come on. It's only minus 54, minus 51. Not much. Yeah, Hungary and Austria versus Palatinate and okay.
Yeah, we have the Austro-Prussian War 60 years early without the railroads.
Could well be. I do like the little Bulgaria.
Yes, the hydrophobic Bulgaria. We want to be a big, powerful nation, but keep us away from the ocean. We don't want a coastline. It's scary.
It would kind of amuse me if Catalonia actually conquered enough land to form Spain. I don't think they can. I think France holds... yeah. I
Be kind of nice to see. Be kind of nice to see Spain at some point in this game.
I think that's not going to happen.
No, I think we're out of time.
Settling... Oh my goodness, this is Ohio, I think. Wyandot, isn't that part of Ohio?
Territory. Where is it?
Wyandot, that's at the bottom of Lake Erie.
That's the northwestern.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Wyandotte, Erie, Chillicothe, and Ohio. Those four make the state of Ohio.
Yeah, come to think, I should probably just check state and territories. So there's a map mode for that.
Yeah.
Sort of. State of Ohio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they include two-thirds of Indiana.
Yeah.
And then Illinois has the rest of Indiana and then part of Wisconsin.
Yeah, but they had to do that because, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
some of the states are pretty small. All things considered.
Well, no, I'm not going to argue that. Yeah, I dragged the states and maps modes, states and territories map mode onto my action bar just for the trying to figure out who I should turn in, which territories I should turn into states. It was confusing.
I didn't realize that. I was just looking at the Connecticut Valley. I didn't. I just started at the coast and just went, valley? It's the coastline. But I assume it is a small valley going north there. Going by the provinces, at least. I mean, I'm not that familiar with US geography, so...
Oh yeah, well that river comes into the ocean in Versailles River for New Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
The river going north is the Connecticut River, and it's in a very deeply cut valley. So,
Doesn't look...
provided a lot of good farm water, a lot of good milling power for that whole region when it was first settled.
Yeah.
It also makes a heck of a natural barrier.
It doesn't look quite so mountainous when you zoom in here, but that's... I mean, that lies a bit.
They're not the Alps or the Rockies, but the mountains there are still reasonable.
Or the Catskills, for that matter. The Catskills Appalachians pop out quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the bigger part of Appalachia is down in the southern region, but it's still... It's not the western U.S. where it's just, hey, look, 1,000 miles of mountains. But if you're on foot, say, I don't know, part of an army, it sucks to try to cross those regions.
I can imagine.
Actually, not all that pleasant to drive across a lot of it. Particularly in the winter, when snow takes over.
And I completely forgot to fabricate claims. Oh, darn it. I got distracted by that. I was supposed to threaten war. Mentawai.
Well, this is purely a mop-up episode, nothing more.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do this before we end.
Get last little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same, so no need to justify yourself.
Could even threaten the big guys. I like that. There we go.
Ooh, got a claim on Ming. I want to see how much they laugh when I threaten war.
And they did.
They don't even consider it. Oh, let's see.
Yay, Catalonia. Well done. And Morocco reclaimed Granada.
That's just not right.
I mean, Morocco were exiled into the southern parts of, well, straight into Mali, and then they have been done a tremendous resurgence.
I like the exiled part of Portugal in the middle of the Sahara.
Yeah, they've been using that to basically get alliances everywhere. Oh, well, I guess we are at the very end now. Don't think I'll be able to threaten anything else, sadly.
Any regrets, parting thoughts?
Oh, always.
Because we put a lot of time into this, so it's, this is a period to sit here and just share your inner feelings.
Can you pause for a second? I just want to see if... Oh, darn it. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, I was hoping I could fabricate on Brazil, but no border. I don't border them. No. Okay, no matter then. Then I won't be able to threaten anything else.
But you learned how the threaten tool works, so...
Well, I have known how it works, but I usually prefer direct conquest since I can get more land.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, if you're in an active region, then if it's where all your armies are, then it's not worth the time. But if it's someplace off the middle of nowhere where you don't want to spend the armies, then just bully people. What do I get my army up to? Well, we've got 500,000 soldiers.
That's half of what we need for the achievement, I believe. Or
Yeah,
is that just manpower?
537 regiments out of 658 possible.
Yeah, now that I don't have the 100,000 mercs or so, I'm down to just 250 standing regiments. Sad. Hey! And one day before the end, I got a free stability. Woohoo! And that should be it. There we go.
There we go.
It took a few days for extra for it to actually show up.
Yeah, well, I guess 3rd of January, so.
Woohoo! Oh, darn it. Now that, of course... how do I get this away? There we go. Yeah. Diplomatic slide out was covering the score. It doesn't show your score, oddly enough, on my end of the screen.
Yeah, no,
Only historical scores. Right, it doesn't show the actual game
Yeah.
scores. Boo.
Doesn't show your score on mine. I ended up second, of course, to you. I was 23,926.
26,357 here. It's only because I managed to get the...
Now, last little push to get your cards. So it's...
Oh, I'm tempted now. Show timeline.
You can if you want.
Yeah, 100%. It could possibly blow up the whole game for all I know.
Let me do it on my end. So if it blows up, then it blows up one end.
Do it at the same time.
Okay.
Countdown.
Oops. I'm sorry.
You already hit it. Okay.
Okay, so push show timeline and then what, just fast?
Yeah, sure. Fast. There we go.
Okay. Counting down?
Already running, Imes.
Okay, that's fine.
Catch up.
Put it on.
Hurry. The growth of Utrecht.
I need to move a little bit over this way to see the Americas. No one cares about Kamchatka.
I just want to see the early growth of Utrecht. Only at the 1500 so far, so...
I really, now that I think about it, I need to figure out how to be more aggressive because I had such a good start in Russia. Then basically the last 200 years I've been stagnant. Oh well. I learn a little bit more each time we play.
It's Britain. The colonial empire growing. A few setbacks. Ugh. The rival of the Netherlands. Ruined everything.
Yep. Actually, this playback feature is quite cool.
Yeah, it is. I remember in EU3, you could still do this, but you had to use an external system for it, and you could basically make a huge animated GIF of the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that for my old campaigns back in EU3. Well, that's pretty neat. Made for some cool cinematics of map spread. Well, it's the days of EU3. I still miss the chance to use the really funny exploits that we could make in EU3. Like you could do with.
There were some pretty spectacular ones.
And I really like the one you could use for China, for Ming China. You could basically turn the entire planet into the same culture and same faith very easily.
Spawning rebels and marching them across the globe.
Yes, animist rebels. You just sent them away and let them convert province to animism, and then you converted the province, because when you converted an animist or primitive province in EU3, it changed culture automatically.
And that's why nowadays we can't have good, nice things.
Yeah, well, now you can actually do the same thing with points, of course, diplomatic points, and pay the culture swap. The problem is that very few countries have ideas that reduce it sufficiently for it to be feasible. I mean, Muscowy starts out with 15%, I believe, and if you couple that with the religious one for -20, and then another idea group with it, if you connect religious with influence and take the idea group there, you get another 20%, I think. So that's -65% in total.
Still, though, can lead to some ridiculously long times.
Yeah, it would take a long time and it would cost a lot of points, but that's pretty much the only nation that where it's feasible. It's Russia or Muscovy. Well, I think there are a few others that have the culture conversion reduction, and I suppose if you could turn Russia into a theocracy, I believe you also get that reduction for theocracies. I think I had that early on in Utrecht. 10% cheaper there, so then you're -75. Is there anything else you can stack? I don't think so. So a theocratic Muscowy seems to be your best bet.
You've memorized way too much of this game.
Yeah, but I know I just read up some theory crafting. There are others who have theory crafted how you can basically reduce scoring costs to close to 0. I mean, if you take the Ottomans and if you happen to be Holy Roman Emperor and Papal Controller, I think. No, I don't remember. Papal Controller does not reduce scoring costs. It reduces, I guess, expansion only, I think. But being Emperor, the third reform, I think, reduces scoring cost by 10%. And you have the Ottomans with the 33% native, and then you have another 15, was it, for
But segueing back into this game now that we've wrapped up, any thoughts on your Utrecht campaign?
Oh, I don't know. I rather like what it did, but it just irks me that I did some really stupid things, like trying to vassalize Köln early on. When they were on Elector, I didn't think about that. I basically saw a vassal feeding objective, and I kind of didn't think that, oh, Austria might murder me for that.
Vassal feeding addict.
Yeah, but it's the best way to do so without getting too much aggressive expansion. At least it has been. I'm not sure anymore. I don't recall if you still get the full bulk of AE now when it's your subject state. I mean, there are so many hamperings on growth in this game.
Yeah, well, they're not hamperings, they're balancing. If there weren't any balancings, you could conquer the whole world in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh, well, but it doesn't matter. You can do world conquest with any nation on the map, really, if you wish to dedicate the last half of the game to it. You just you spend the first half of the game building up a power base, and then you just go nuts.
And then drop your 8,000 Japanese soldiers off on the Siberian coast and have them walk to Kiev.
Well, it was the winning move, wasn't it? They managed to march across and actually get a fort for cheap.
Oh yeah, no, and their side lost the war, and then I'm still was enraged enough by it. I'm still thinking it's such a glaring stupidity on the whole thing. All this time to build games that are supposedly reasonably historically accurate, and they seem to think 8,000 men can magically march across the winter in Siberia and not lose a single person.
Oh, there is attrition and stuff, but if they would put that many things into this, it would make the game much, much harder to play.
Yeah, but it'd make it more fun at the office.
We've finished this game, and I suppose we're gonna start another one soon then. And you're probably gonna do the same thing as we did this time and get time before that. That is to go to the main map, smack the random nation button 5 times, and pick one nation out of those.
Yep. There may be a delay of a day or two, or a gap a day or two between this one and that one.
Maybe more. We'll see what happens. But
maybe a little longer if we decide to treat ourselves to a little bit of a break, because I got 90 episodes.
Yeah, it took a while. I don't know and we don't know if anyone's actually watched all of these. If you have, please let us know. And if you think this was worth watching.
If you have, don't let us know. Seek therapy.
Oh, come on. We greatly appreciate it. I'll say that.
So, so I guess signing out now is Peri and
Keb.
Partner. Thank you very much for participating, and we look forward to see our next, our next playthrough.
Yep. We have no idea what it'll be, but that's part of the fun.
Yep. Thanks for watching, folks.
Thanks, and goodbye.